With the fall garden prepared, planted, irrigated, and mulched, it's now time for a cloche. Things are off to a very late start this morning. I got all my morning chores done. Afterward, I had some internal household stuff to take care of. We don't have much time this morning to get things done before lunch. We have to have an early lunch today. Little Buddy is starting a brand new playgroup today in town. Oh, speaking of Little Buddy. Hey, Little Buddy, what you doing?
I'm just coming out here to check on ya.
You're coming out here to check on me? That's very kind of you.
But why did you put the hay on top? Is that for the sheep?
That is for the sheep. Do you want to give it to them?
Sure, do you?
Are you going to get dressed?
Well, I brought my sun hat.
You did bring your sun hat.
So I don't get sunburned.
So as I was saying, Little Buddy is starting a new playgroup today in town, and it's going to be right after lunch. I'm not going to be able to bring the camera to that either. It'd be kind of weird showing up first time and not knowing anyone and start filming everybody.
Did they come?
Easy, easy, boy.
Daddy?
Well, if you guys would wait for me to get it all broken up first, you wouldn't get all covered in grass.
Oh, there was a guy Jordy, see?
So, Buddy, you want to help me measure the garden bed?
Sure. Let's do that.
Another grasshopper. We'll see if we can get him. Ah, foiled by the fence. Got him. Got him. All right, who's the lucky winner today?
Oh,
The Barred Rock wins again.
well, not that one.
Not that one, though. The other one. Hold it right there.
Two? Oh,
Man, this is a great lunch, isn't it, Little Buddy?
well, it looks like coffee making me cough.
It made you cough? This is a homemade pastured poultry soup with cherry tomatoes, onions, garlic, and parsley from the local market. Mmm.
Daddy.
Do you like this lunch today, Little Buddy?
A little bit, not a lot.
Okay. Well, we had a slightly disappointing afternoon. After lunch, we went to the park to meet with the playgroup, but no one was there. We have no idea what happened, if we missed a cancellation memo or what, I don't know. But Little Buddy and I made the most of it. We played at the playground for a little while, walked around, went to see the Statue of Liberty. Okay, so it's not the real Statue of Liberty, but it was still nice. We went to Grandma's for a little while to visit. By the time we got home, it was time for me to start braising some pork shoulders. During the preparation, I dropped a Pyrex dish right on the sink, and it, of course, shattered into a million pieces. And I had the distinct pleasure of cleaning that mess up. And I say all that to say we don't have enough time left today to work on the cloche. I was planning on cutting up the wood stickers and making basically a little tent that goes over the length of the garden bed. So we'll have to reserve that for tomorrow. But today is not a total loss. When one door closes, another one opens. I've been wanting to talk to you guys about this for a few days now. This is comfrey, or the remnants of a comfrey plant. So here's a comfrey plant and its root system. Comfrey, for those of you that don't know, is a super popular medicinal plant used in many permaculture applications. Comfrey can be used as a medicinal herb, and it's also grown as a forage for livestock. There are 3 different types of comfrey plants. There's true comfrey, which will set seed and reproduce prolifically. And then there are 2 cultivars, Bocking 4 and Bocking 14. The Bocking 4 and 14 cultivars do not set seed and can only be propagated via root cuttings. My comfrey here is Bocking 14. There are some who say the Bocking 4 is better suited as livestock forage, and it's a little bit more palatable to the livestock. And some say the advantage of the Bocking 14 over the 4 is that it's better in a composting situation if you're making compost teas or just trying to turn it over in soil. But all the comfreys have the super medicinal healing qualities to it, so it doesn't matter which way you go, really. The quick story behind my comfrey: a couple of years ago when we were living in our rental house before we moved onto the homestead, I was so anxious to be doing anything permaculture related, yet we were restricted greatly by living in a rental property where I couldn't plant anything in the ground. So I designed and implemented a 10 by 12 patio micro food forest. And in that micro food forest, I had some comfrey plants. When I originally got it, I just got a few root cuttings in the mail. So I planted the cuttings, I actually planted a few of the cuttings in some of the landscaping beds around the house. The landlord was really none the wiser for a while. This particular one I had in that fabric pot, I planted this over 2.5 years ago. This has made it through 2 winters above ground in a fabric landscaping pot. And now this same comfrey that I planted in that micro food forest a few years ago is now going to be planted here today. So I just clipped these 5 cuttings off the roots of that comfrey plant, and from these roots will sprout 5 new comfrey plants. So in this mulch bed right here, I'm just gonna dig in a little hole. You do not need to go deep, and drop in one of these roots. And comfrey will propagate best if it's planted horizontally, meaning you don't want it up like this, you want it like this. I'm just gonna drop it in there, cover it, and repeat. And we're gonna plant this original plant back right in here, and it will come back real nicely. I think Ashley was planning on putting like flower bulbs and stuff in this mulch area, but now it's our comfrey propagation bed. There are a lot of really good uses for comfrey. How do I use it? Salve. When we were living in a rental unit, of course we didn't have livestock, so forage wasn't really a benefit for me, but I did make salve from the roots of the comfrey. Salve is made from comfrey roots, leaves, a little bit of almond oil, and beeswax mixed together. It can be applied topically to abrasions or burns. You don't want to put comfrey on puncture wounds because its ability to heal your skin is so great and rapid that it could actually heal your skin over on the top before the inside heals, and trapping in bacteria and infection. You don't want that. Well, I think we have another storm rolling in here. It's getting awfully windy, and the clouds pretty much on both sides of us are pretty ominous. Yeah, I'm feeling some drops of rain, so I'm gonna get some hay for the boys real quick. Well, I'd say it's a good thing we didn't do the wood cutting.